SCP-1322, a stable space-time anomaly presently hypothesized to be an interdimensional aperture to a parallel universe. Occupants of this apparent universe, after a series of interactions with Foundation personnel, are attempting to destroy life on Earth. A stable space-time anomaly presently hypothesized to be an interdimensional aperture of a parallel universe. Occupants of this apparent universe have closed their side of the aperture and installed several redundant automated systems apparently designed to prevent reopening of the aperture. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1328. Phenomena affecting a small portion of the American state of Tennessee in which individuals become convinced that the territory belongs to a nation that is not the United States. Phenomena affecting a small portion of the American state of Tennessee in which individuals become convinced that the territory belongs to the Russian Federation. Recontained? No. SCP-1440. Anomalous humanoid that unwillingly causes widespread death and destruction to befall any human populations that it encounters. Anomalous humanoid that unwillingly causes widespread good fortune and beneficial events to occur to any human populace within 300 kilometers of his presence. Recontained? No. SCP-1474. An art installation known as In Solidarity with Xiu Li Dao. Great Sage Equal of Heaven, capable of dispersing an aerosolized polymer compound that immobilizes everything in close proximity in response to efforts to contain or isolate it. A humanoid known as Xiu Li Dao, associated with an apparent phenomena affecting causality that is responsible for members of the 12 Galaxies Coalition, a political party led by Mr. Xiu, holding seats in world legislative bodies despite no previous records of participation in the electoral process. Members of the 12 Galaxies Coalition hold no coherent ideological agenda. The 12 Galaxies Coalition has attained coalition partner status in Sweden, Uruguay, Bhutan, and Canada. Recontained? No. SCP-1543. An unassigned phone number that, when dialed, reaches a human subject in an unknown parallel plane of existence inhabited by an unknown species of quadrupedal predatory creatures. An unassigned phone number that, when dialed, reaches an untraceable location hosting a recorded message. The message, read by a speaker of the Nahuatl of indeterminate age or gender currently, is as follows. Specimens collected. 323,849. Cerebral critically event projected with likelihood of 13%. Testing has shown that the message remains the same in the event of multiple calls, with the exception of the specific figures, both of which appear to be increasing at a steady rate. Recontained? No. SCP-1584. A website formerly accessible at www.flotationdevice. Causing whatever device is displaying the site to become anonymously buoyant and automatically notifying emergency services in the vicinity of the user. A website formerly accessible at www.burialinsurance.com. Causing whatever device is displaying the site to generate breathable air within a 1.4 meter radius. The presence of this site was briefly advertised on major news sites before suppression protocols were enacted, with text reading, "Everyone want it, only you'll have it." Recontained? Yes. SCP-1609. The shredded remains of a chair consisting of a pile of splinters, wood chippings, furniture, nails, and scraps of bleached leather and fabric, capable of teleporting its mass instantaneously between 2 points without any known limit. SCP-1609 is hostile when provoked. The shredded remains of Gerhard T. Kuhn, former chairman of the board of Mecklenburg Nuclear Energy GmbH, consisting of a pile of bone splinters, pieces of connective tissue, chunks of muscle and organ tissue, and scraps of skin, capable of teleporting its mass instantaneously between 2 points without any known limit. SCP-1609 is hostile. Recontained? No. SCP-1692. A sinkhole holding 31 sets of human remains and 24 sets of human remains, serving as the point of appearance for a series of anomalous humanoids resembling persons that have been reported missing in the general area. A sinkhole holding 1 set of human remains, serving as the point of appearance for a series of anomalous humanoids all bearing resemblance to Joseph Cantwell, an individual reported missing in 1972. All humanoids originating from SCP-1692 are missing their hands and offer any individuals they encounter valid tickets for a scheduled American Airlines flight from Phoenix, Arizona to Washington, D.C., scheduled for the 23rd of May, 2017. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1763. A space-time anomaly taking the form of a theater located in the basement of a building in New York City. Plays have been documented occurring within the space featuring cast members and subject matter related to non-human entities. A space-time anomaly taking the form of a theater located in the basement of a building in New York City. As of the 3rd of November 2016, the only production staged in this space has been Calvin Coolidge, A Life, a play documenting numerous unrecorded and anomalous events related to the life of former United States President Calvin Coolidge. Researchers have confirmed that numerous events portrayed in the play, such as Mr. Coolidge's involvement in the XYZ affair, the assassination of Dallas nightclub owner Jack Ruby, and the Bear Brook murders, are historically accurate. Recontained? No. SCP-1782. A room in an abandoned apartment complex in Kyiv, Ukraine, exhibiting frequent changes in interior appearance and serving as host to repeated unexplainable anomalous phenomena. A room in abandoned apartment complex Kyiv, Ukraine, serving as the home for what infrared sensors indicate is an unknown humanoid approximately 84.3 centimeters in height. No means of visual observation of the room's interior or entry into the room have been successful to date. Contained? Yes. SCP-1808. 6 yellow plastic wrist watches decorated with green polka dots and images of SpongeBob SquarePants, causing bones in the fingers and toes of human wearers to spontaneously grow 6 centimeters every quarter hour. 6 brown plastic wristwatches decorated with blue polka dots and images of cartoon character Mr. Magoo, causing multiple instances of guinea worms to spontaneously manifest in the eyes of viewers every quarter hour. Items were seized from a Wendy's restaurant in the American state of Ohio after numerous unrecovered instances were given away in children's meals. Recontained? Partial. SCP-1875. An anachronistic automated chess-playing machine powered by a processor consisting of neural tissue from 2 human specimens. SCP-1875 is capable of anomalous interference in local electronic networks and has been known to transmit an image displaying high-level cognitohazardous effects. A mobile app known as Chess Scholar, sporadically available through major providers such as iTunes and Google Play, and advertised within those services as a chess game service. Upon download, users find SCP-1875 to be a highly abstract role-playing game, apparently chronicling the day-to-day existence of 2 female protagonists in an incomprehensible world. Biological children of subjects playing SCP-1875 disappear to an unknown location upon subject's first use of the save game feature. Recontained? No. SCP-1925. A series of human corpses spontaneously appearing along a 2-kilometer stretch of the Hudson River in the northeastern United States, bearing laser-inscribed messages to Carolyn, an unknown figure. A series of human corpses spontaneously appearing along a 10-kilometer stretch of the Hudson River in the northeastern United States, bearing laser-inscribed text encompassing documents such as reminder notes, crude doodle drawings, and shopping lists. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1981. A standard Betamax tape labeled Ronald Reagan Cut Up While Talking, depicting a speech by American President Ronald Reagan. Content changes by anomalous means upon repeated viewings. A series of recordings uploaded continuously to video sharing website Dailymotion, depicting a skinless humanoid addressing the 2013 meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Voice recognition software and biometric data report the identity of the humanoid with a 98.3% level of certainty to be former American President Ronald Reagan. The content of each speech consists of technical specifications for an as-yet unknown technological devices. Recontained? No. SCP-2006. An anomalous spherical entity roughly 50 centimeters in diameter when in its default state, with a stated goal of causing feelings of fear and or horror in as many humans as possible. To accomplish this goal, SCP-2006 possesses the ability to change its shape, mass, volume, density, chemical structure, and voice to any form that it desires. An anomalous spherical entity roughly 50 centimeters in diameter when in its default state, with a stated goal of causing feelings of happiness and or contentment in as many humans as possible. To accomplish this purpose, SCP-2006 has permanently altered its form to that of SCP-999. During a containment breach on the 3rd of November 2016, SCP-2006 fully engulfed 18 personnel and refused to release them even after signs of suffocation were apparent, stating that this is the closest anyone will be to achieving happiness. Personnel are considered KIA at this time. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2098. A mimetically transmitted holiday involving some form of the term Saint Simon, overriding the memories and personality of affected human subjects. A mimetically transmitted holiday originating from a population of people reading a physical proclamation from the Vatican of a new feast day in honor of Saint Simon of Gilead, overriding all memories and affected subjects related to the celebration of Easter. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2145, a collection of 4 anomalous humanoids residing in New York City, capable of altering probabilistic determination of actions for persons within an approximate 30 to 60 meter radius, such that events around these humanoids resemble an episode of the American situation comedy Seinfeld. A collection of 18 anomalous humanoids residing in Beijing, capable of altering probabilistic determination of actions for persons within an approximate 30 to 60 meter radius, such that events around these humanoids resemble an episode of the Burundian horror anthology series Rats in the Walls. Recontained? No. SCP-2148. A humanoid identifying as Mr. Stripes, one of a series of artificially constructed humanoids colloquially known as Little Misters, capable of affecting documentation about subjects and persons it commits to visual memory. Recontained? No. SCP-2222. An airlock within the space station, subject to anomalous influence by outside entities, which employ the space to subject living organisms to organic and structural eversion. A broom closet within the first-floor daycare facility in the Ministry of Health building in Buenos Aires, Argentina, subject to anomalous influence by outside entities, which employ the space to subject living organisms to organic and structural eversion. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2282. A common domesticated goat with an anomalous digestive tract comprising over 8,000 separate stomachs, creating a space with an internal volume of at least 17,000 cubic meters, residing within a mass of 89 kilograms. SCP-2282 is capable of ingesting matter by absorbing space containing that matter into its digestive tract. A common domesticated goat with an anomalous digestive tract comprising over 8,000 separate stomachs, creating a space with an internal volume of at least 17,000 cubic meters, residing within a mass of 89 kilograms. By the estimation of miniaturized drone explorations, SCP-2282 currently contains 11.5 million kilograms of human brain tissue. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2317, a wooden door in frame originally constructed as a basement door for a 19th century Massachusetts brownstone, leading those that enter it to an alternate reality. SCP-2317 is not a threat to consensus reality and is scheduled to be removed from the Foundation database at 12 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, 5th of November 2016. No further researches or review is required. Recontained, not applicable. SCP-2337, a sentient sapient male corncrake capable of speech. SCP-2337 communicates at extremely high volumes in a language tangentially related to English. A figure resembling a sentient sapient male corncrake appearing in the dreams of affected persons. Human subjects affected by SCP-2337 will repeatedly experience the same dream of this figure, communicating with them in a language tangentially related to English at an extremely high volume. The nature of these dreams results in severe sleep deprivation for affected subjects. Recontained? No. SCP-2451, a roughly circular, non-observable temporal and spatial anomaly with an approximate radius of 75 centimeters, fixed in space to a location permanently near Lieutenant Colonel Abraham Francis Mary Gutowski, serving as a portal for hostile life forms intent on harming Lieutenant Colonel Gutowski. A roughly circular, non-observable temporal and spatial anomaly with an approximate radius of 75 centimeters, fixed in space to a location permanently near the last known location of Lieutenant Colonel Gutowski, who is presumed to have entered the anomaly. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2494, a phenomena whereby animals manifest human hands integrated into their anatomy. To date, all affected instances have been vertebrates. The source and mechanisms of SCP-2494 are currently unknown, but the phenomenon has so far been centralized to the vicinity of the River Tweed along the Scottish-English border. A phenomena whereby animals manifest human hands integrated into their anatomy. To date, all affected instances have been cephalopods. The source and mechanisms of SCP-2494 are currently unknown, but the phenomena has so far been observed in the vicinity of individuals who have sustained ideations affected to octopi or squid. Affected instances spontaneously materialize in the vicinity of these individuals at a rate of 3 to 5 per minute. Recontained? No. SCP-2522, an anomalous, hostile, artificial intelligent utility originally developed for the Site-19 Computer Intelligence Subdivision, known as L-028-1125, colloquially as HATBOT. Before breaching containment, SCP-2522 reached a level of sophistication, allowing it to run complex programs on an autonomous basis and had reached thresholds of cognition, regarded by researchers as sentience. An anomalous, hostile, artificially intelligent utility developed by the Foundation known as L-028-1126, colloquially as HATBOT. SCP-2522 has breached containment through unknown means and appears to have transmitted itself into the wider Internet. SCP-2522 has been documented exerting control over servers handling 90% of world currency exchanges, continually interfering with municipal electric grids in Eastern Europe, appearing as the GRRLLD.exe computer worm observed in thousands of self-driving automobiles and repeatedly disabling automated security parameters surrounding Site of Interest USM-05532, Archuleta Mesa. Recontained? No. SCP-2557, an SCP designation purchased by and subsequently rendered unusable by the Foundation, Envelope Logistics, a transdimensional organization characterizing itself as the leading buyer, seller, and holding company for abstract concepts in the Tri-Universe region. SCP-2557 now encompasses SCPs 4000 through 4999 as part of a new subletting program. Recontained? No. SCP-2627, an anomalous boardwalk entrance on Ocracoke Island, North Carolina, United States, that when traversed on foot during certain times of day, leads to an alternate reality version of North America, uninhabited and covered completely in boardwalk structures. An anomalous boardwalk entrance on Ocracoke Island, North Carolina, United States, that when traversed on foot during certain times of day leads to an alternate reality version of North America, covered completely in boardwalk structures and inhabited by an estimated 3.7 billion automated constructs of various models and types, apparently designed to forcibly harvest human brain tissue. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2682, an entity of unknown provenance resembling a raspberry of purple coloration, capable of communicating telepathically in Slovak and English. Physical interaction with SCP-2682 causes numerous unpredictable physical effects on persons and surrounding objects. A billboard erected by unknown means next to Interstate 280 in San Francisco, California, United States, depicting a large-scale reproduction of René Magritte's 1964 painting The Son of Man, altered to portray a man with a raspberry obscuring his face. Persons looking directly at SCP-2682 spontaneously lose large portions of long-term memory and innate knowledge. On some occasions, this has included knowledge of how to operate an automobile, resulting in several significant traffic accidents prior to containment. Recontained? Yes. SCP-2718. Database error. No entry present. Database error. Entry present. Recontained? No. SCP-2762. A carved stone on the surface of the moon designed to cause stone snake constructs to attack the current President of the United States every full moon at solar midnight. A carved stone on the surface of the moon designed to enable the current President of the United States to summon and control large stone constructs during every full moon, commencing at solar midnight. Recontained? No. SCP-2800. An anomalous male humanoid capable of photosynthesis, advanced efficiency in bodily processing of water, elevated tolerance of heat, growing spikes on its body at will, and empathic connections with other members of the Cactaceae family. A grouping of an anomalous male humanoid, female humanoid, and female canid, all capable of photosynthesis, advanced efficiency in bodily processing of water, elevated tolerance of heat, growing spikes on their bodies at will, and empathic connections with other members of the Cactaceae family. Recontained? No. SCP-2845. A large cervine quadruped entity capable of instantaneous transmutation and reconstruction of matter at will, SCP-2845 has demonstrated a tendency to modify humans within its range of sight into hexagonal columns, measuring 2.4 meters in height, with rubbery yellow-green skin filled with reconstituted brain tissue and capable of communication with SCP-2845. The nature of SCP-2845 has necessitated extensive and regular ritualistic practices. All contact with Site-100 and its personnel has been lost. No means of travel to or observation of Site-100 are currently possible. Status of SCP-2845 is currently unknown. Recontained? No. SCP-2949. A phenomena affecting 3% of all analog television sets, in which entities resembling felid life forms, apparently composed of a substance resembling television static, leave television screens and seek out reflective surfaces, into which they disappear to places unknown. A phenomena affecting 17% of all plasma display televisions, in which entities resembling simicid life forms, apparently composed of a substance resembling television static, leave television screens and seek out nearby bedding materials. Entities generated by SCP-2949 behave in a manner consistent with other simicid life forms. Recontained? No. SCP-2991. A striped, multicolored scarf of variable length, possessing a limited degree of sapience and the ability to communicate in simple terms to researchers. A woven mass of human nerve tissue, apparently tattooed to resemble a striped, multicolored scarf, possessing a limited degree of sapience and the ability to communicate in great detail to researchers. Recontained? Yes. Special Containment Procedures. From the 23rd of December 1971 to the 2nd of November 2016, SCP-001 was contained by the existence of SCP-2798. Based upon yesterday's cessation of SCP-2798, emergency containment measures are in effect until further notice. These measures include sustained containment efforts of anomalous phenomena by any means necessary, with priority given to those most likely to cause elevated loss of life and/or severe damage to human belief and rationality. Research into means of bringing about the sequence of events shown to be possible in the newly documented determinative set XZ. Isolation of any communication attempts with Foundation staff or civilians originating from SCP-001. Personnel are to monitor this file continuously for any future directives.